way, you know. Like what else do you say? Like of course you gotta just revel in that like kind of cheesiness.
Right. I mean, if you can get any words out of your mouth and have them be a complete sentence, you're doing pretty well.
Yeah, totally.
At a moment like
the
that.
end, his voice is all cracking. He's like, and now let's party.
Let's party.
Let's party.
Let's party.
Let's party.
I can't believe it. I still can't believe it. Can't believe it went down like that. It's too good to be true. But it's true, baby.
It really is. It really is. Like it just keeps. Like I was talking about how it didn't feel different last night,
Mm-hmm.
and it still kind of feels that way, but it's just like keeps washing over me.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, yeah, something's different.
Yeah. It's setting in
Something's different right now.
setting in waves, maybe.
Yeah.
Like every time you kind of think about the Mariners again, or you think about today's game, you're like, oh, it is different, isn't it?
Yeah.
And thinking about, finishing this series and playing our series against Detroit, it is different.
It's being a little kid coming to this park. You know, this city gets behind their teams. I love baseball because of Ken Griffey Jr. and Edgar and Jay Buhner and Ichiro.
Can you hear me?
Those teams.
Yes. Can you hear us?
Kind of thing.
I can hear both of you.
Hell yeah. Can you hear Matt Boyd?
For the game. I hope we can do the same thing for
We
this
cannot
next
hear Matt
generation.
Boyd.
That's okay. We were just watching the interview with him. But welcome. Glad you're here. Oh, and Willis is here too. You guys have perfect timing.
Oh yeah.
I don't really have much of a plan today. I don't know what to say other than the obvious. You know, we've all been waiting for this moment for a really fucking long time. And it came in the most unbelievably perfect way. And that was a one-run game in the bottom of the ninth.
Yeah.
Nope. I'm just so hungover on victory right now.
I'm still drunk, man.
Yeah, I just literally woke up this morning smiling and crying at the same time. Like, I don't know, it's never happened a lot in my life, but that felt really freaking good this morning.
I definitely was having dreams about the Mariners, like good dreams. The dream is alive, as Dave Sims said. Damn, what are these guys, hungover or something? Let's go. Oh, this game doesn't matter, you guys. It's a beautiful
It
thing.
does not matter.
How's the game going? I'm not tuned
I'm not
in.
even paying
The
attention.
A's just
yeah.
scored a run in the first. Luis Castillo's not off to a great start, but you know what? It's okay.
Yeah.
You saw how much champagne they were going through last night.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of beer drank last night and champagne.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, those
Yeah, I mean, the field
like
is probably more drunk than any of them.
Right.
That's how much they were pouring everywhere.
Yeah, it probably
I
stinks
bet
out there.
Scott can't even I bet Scott can't even function right now. He's just sleeping in his sunglasses on.
Dude, yeah, he definitely got the sunglasses on. You know when you have a hangover and you walk out into the living room or something, and then you kind of catch a whiff of like some empty beer cans, and it's just like the worst thing in the world. Like you kind of just gag. Like that's probably what they're all experiencing right now because there's so much beer on that field.
Or the clubhouse too, I'm sure.
And the clubhouse, yeah, it probably stinks in there, and they're all just trying to not vomit.
I hugged and cried with so many people in my row last night.
Yeah, where did you and Willis go after the game?
We went down first, and I forgot what that place was called that he and I went to.
it's called the Central Saloon.
That's what it was, yeah. And that was kind of just like the best that you were going to find in that general area. That wasn't packed full of people, and it wasn't a lineup, going around a block. Yeah, we had the bouncer at the door. I think was celebrating. He celebrated a little too early.
Oh yeah.
What do you think, Willis? Because he was pretty swilled.
Yeah, he was definitely a little turnt, but chill dude,
Very cool, dude.
Were there a lot of people celebrating at the bar that you guys ended up at?
There were a lot of people in Mariner gear. But I would just say like we were kind of all like everybody that was in there was in kind of their own realm because I'm sure like we did what we all did at the stadium, which was we stayed as late as we possibly could
Oh yeah.
And we did all the celebrating we needed to do at the ballpark, and then it was kind of like go with your significant others and go yonder the streets of Seattle and go take in this victory with your close friends.
Hell yeah, let it all sink in. I love it. So Ian and Willis, you guys were both at the game last night. You both were sitting in pretty different parts of the stadium. Would love to hear what the game was like from your perspective.
Well, my perspective, it was just like such a great crowd of people last night, especially in my section. For most of the game, I had like these two little children that were like sitting right in front of me. They had headphones on, but I just like I just didn't want to be a loud a-hole throughout that game. I cheered when I needed to cheer, like, and it was like not super loud, but it was loud enough that people in my section could all hear. So the chants were like, catching on.
Mm-hmm.
I held it in and then that family finally left around the bottom of the eighth, and I was like, okay, cool. Now I can go into full blown fan mode. So when the kids left, I just got full blown fan mode. And you guys
Damn,
said
left
you heard,
in the bottom of the eighth. That's
rough.
oof. How could you leave that at that
I
point?
don't know. I don't know how you can do that to a child. I was sitting next to this dad and his like 10 or 9-year-old kid, and just like I just was thinking to myself, just like, yeah, that's the last time that we went to the postseason. I literally was that size and I was that age. And I mean, now I'm 32. I was 11 years old when the last time we were in the postseason. And it's just insane. It was just like everybody in that section, like I just was screaming Raleigh time at the top of my lungs. And sure enough, that ball went soaring. Like, I just remember everybody in my section jumping up and down so violently, hugging one another, crying, slapping hands, just complete strangers. And just like that father taking his kid to that game. He just comes up to me, gives me a high five. I just grab his hand. We just freaking instantly start hugging, jumping up and down. Like, it was just so beautiful, man.
It's the way it was meant to be.
You couldn't have just like
yeah,
wrote a
yeah.
better
What a
script.
release! What a release to have it happen that way.
I know. That's what I was telling my roommate Ian. He's not a baseball guy, but I've been kind of updating him over the past month, like just kind of slowly trying to reel him in as a Mariners fan, of course. But so I told him this morning, I was like, dude, sorry if I woke you up last night, but the Mariners clinched in the most perfect way any of us could have imagined. Like, you could not write a better script.
Seriously. I mean, it's just like written from like motion picture. How beautiful that was.
Yeah, I think SB Nation must have been in on writing that script, because episode 7 is going to be lit.
It's gonna be so lit.
Willis, let's hear your perspective. What was the game like for you?
I love going to Safeco, T-Mobile.
You can call it Safeco.
Anyway, it's such a great park, but I feel like since I moved back, there's like been a higher and higher proportion of people who are there more to like drink beer than watch the game, and just like take in the atmosphere.
Yeah.
But it was fun. Just last night was just like a packed house, and everyone, they were there. We were like, they wanted to see him clinch, and like just the whole, just the tension building. Watching the Baltimore game on the out of town scoreboard, and then you see that's over, and you're like, okay. And then it's just like, it was electric, like you get a runner on first base, everyone was like, oh, in my section, they were standing up, and just like cheering like crazy, just like for every, I mean, I know he like never really got it, but I feel like JP had a guy on base, I don't know, at least 2 or 3 times. We were just really chanting his name. It was tight. Yeah. And then it's just like, just the tension building, it's just like crazy. Like, I mean, I remember like, okay, they got to score a run at some point. Can't let it go to extras. And then I'm like, oh, well, 2 outs in the ninth.
Yeah.
That's one thing. It was like a no-doubter, like no matter where you were in the stadium. I mean, he just belted that. And then you just like, and people just went fucking buck, man, just like spraying beer everywhere. Like, I was thinking beforehand, I'm like, he hits a home run, my beer can, or my sister's beer can, it's going on the fucking field, like, like I was like 20 rows back, but I managed to get it in by a good 10 feet or something. So,
Nice.
But I was like, it's like, this is the time to do it, man. And it just, I mean, it was crazy. Just, I mean, so loud. And then just people didn't want to leave, It was
Right. I wonder what the field looks
fun.
like today. I mean, it didn't look like they let too many people on the field. There was like kind of a cordoned off section, and then there was like the players in the middle of the field. But
It seemed pretty chill. There was all the people watching the fireworks from behind in foul territory, and then they had the cops come out pretty quickly after after the beer cans started going in.
dang, not surprising. Not surprising.
Like the people that were on that field either like had a special access pass, like they were friends or family with somebody that works like in the upper part of the organization.
Mm-hmm.
And then another thing that just I think the organization needs to incorporate, they had JP on that scoreboard, the big jumbos. They just kept putting quote after quote, like what Julio Rodriguez said, like, we need your energy. They would put that quote on the thing, and then every fan in the stadium saw that. And it was like their cue to like get off their spotted asses and just cheer for their team.
Yeah, that seems like a good move.
When the JP got up to bat, they had JP on the jumbo screen, big J and a big P, and it would go JP, JP.
Yes.
And it really worked. It's like, yeah, man, like get the scoreboard dude to do the job that I don't want to do.
Right. Yeah, you've been doing that guy's job all season, Ian. Now it seems like they're finally getting their shit together. And yeah, utilizing that scoreboard to get some chants starting, not just place like 10 seconds of some dubstep song at a weird time in the inning, and then the sound stops and then it sounds quiet. It's like, what?
I really want that charge thing. Like, it's gone. Charge! Like, let's keep that shit in football. Don't bring that to baseball.
Yeah, charging isn't really something you do in baseball unless you're charging the mound or like.
I know, that's what I was thinking. Like, wait. You only play that if someone's going to throw a fish.
Right. Man, you guys, I don't think anyone who might actually listen to this podcast, they don't really need to hear this, but I just think it would be a missed opportunity, if you're, viewing. I kind of view the podcast as kind of just a little archive, a little, I like to think that we're contributing in some way to the documenting of Mariners history, and the Mariners fans history, right? This podcast isn't just about the Mariners, the players. This is about the fans, and it's for the fans. And so, I think it would be a missed opportunity if we didn't dwell just a little bit longer on how perfect last night was. And Willis, you kind of alluded to this, but there was a possibility yesterday that the Orioles would lose. They were playing the Yankees, and it was pretty likely that the Yankees were going to beat the Orioles, and that would have just been all right, we've clinched because the Orioles lost. And I was very much I don't want that to happen. Mariners need, we need to have a big celebration. We want to clinch with a win. And so I was rooting for the Orioles to win so that we could clinch with a win. And it was crazy that game was so close for so long. That was a 1-run game. I think it was the same score, 2-1. The Orioles won. And so, that kind of kept people on that kept the tension building a little bit even before our game started. And we score at the top of the first. Sorry, no. We scored at the bottom of the first to take the lead. Scoring in the first inning has been something we've done a lot this year when we've been hot. So that felt really good. It was all right, offense is going already. But then, of course, they come back and score 1 run, I think, in the second inning. And then for the rest of the game, it's tied 1-1. We get a bunch of runners on base, of course, but then there's a bunch of double plays. And I think we pulled a few double plays as well. But this game just had the makings of a legendary game. Mariners fans will never forget what happened last night. I was telling my roommate, I was kind of, sharing my perspective of baseball and why I love baseball with him. And I was like, it's the only major team sport where there's no clock. And so you experience time a little bit differently when you're watching baseball because, as we've mentioned on this podcast, theoretically a game could go on forever. An at-bat can go on forever. An inning can go on forever. And thus a game could go on forever. And so, and kind of alongside that, baseball is so much about tension and anticipation. There's these different scales almost of anticipation. There's the anticipation between every pitch, and there's the anticipation of every inning and every game and in the season, and the anticipation that has been building for what happened last night, I would say is pretty unparalleled. At least, you can point to the Red Sox and and the Cubs, but like in Seattle, that anticipation is unparalleled, and it just came together in the most beautiful way. Tie game, Logan Gilbert shoving 8 full innings to get us to the ninth inning. Matt Brash coming out, I loved that move. Munoz, Seawald, and Castillo, I think all pitched last night, and like Scott could have gone to one of them, but I like that he put Brash out there because Brash is going to find himself in similar situations in the playoffs where there's a lot of pressure, and so I liked that move of giving him that moment, trusting him.
His intro last night was so sick.
Oh yeah,
Brash's intro.
they're going like all out on the Bomberos, like killing the lights and stuff. It's tight.
Fucking alarms and shit. It was awesome.
Hell yeah, I love to hear that. Yeah, I don't think I saw that on the broadcast, but you guys, I know I was ranting, but I just kind of, again, I think it would be a missed opportunity to not just kind of marinate in this moment just a little bit longer and really, take it all in and really appreciate how amazingly it all played out. Obviously with the Cal Raleigh bottom of the ninth, 2-out, full count walk off. It's too good to be true. Part of me doesn't even believe it.
Yeah, same. It's just I cannot believe I witnessed that. I'm just so happy that I got to say that I was there when they broke the drought. That was just like a big moment in my life, and I'm so happy that I got to experience that.
Yeah, and I think Ian and Willis, you guys have been more committed fans for a longer amount of time than I have. So I'm happy for you guys too. I'm glad you guys got to experience that. You guys deserve it.
Thank you. Well, we all deserve it as all fans of this podcast and everybody. Anybody who's part of the Trident community. Was for you. We did it. You're all family. Except the asshole told me I couldn't cheer for my team. You're nothing. You always will be nothing.
Well, let's talk about Logan Gilbert last night. I mean, 8 innings pitched. He only gave up 3 hits, 1 run, and 2 walks. It's the longest outing of his career. Obviously Cal Raleigh was the hero at the end, but like,
yeah,
Gilbert, man, like that was just huge for him to step up like that. And if he can continue that shit in the postseason, like, holy shit, we got a chance, man. Does anyone know if Logan Gilbert and Cal Raleigh are still roommates?
I don't think you normally switch roommates in the middle of the season, so I gotta imagine they still are.
Makes sense. I just know at some point when Taylor Trammell was up, he was referring to, I think, Logan as his roomie, but maybe they have another room and they let Taylor live with them while he's up in Seattle. That would make sense. Yeah.
I bet they have like a 3-bedroom house or something in Issaquah or Bellevue.
You think they live on the east side, not in Seattle, not like in like a kind of condo kind of situation?
I think the vast majority of live on the east side, I would say.
Yeah, a lot of them are family dudes, so it would make sense. Like, yeah, I want to get a bigger house on the east side.
Yeah, but
unless you're Justin Rick, he probably has a condo in Green Lake.
But Logan and Cal are not yet dads, as far as I know. I think Logan might have gotten married recently or is engaged, but
he's definitely engaged.
Oh, he's engaged.
Yes, he is definitely engaged. The former Hatter is engaged.
The what?
If you don't on his IG bio, it says he's a former Hatter.
What does that mean?
Matt, we're trying to figure that out. So it's like an Amish person that makes those Amish hats. Like those
it's his alma mater, the Hatters.
Yeah.
Because he went to Stetson University.
Oh, Stetson.
Their mascot is the Hatter.
Yeah, Stetson in a beautiful DeLand, Florida.
That's right, he's from Florida.
So is there a connection then between Stetson, the hat company, and Stetson University being the Hatters?
The name was changed to honor the well-known hat manufacturer who made generous donations. So, yeah.
Nice. There it is.
Another thing. Okay, so totally off subject. Why do people still wear Cano jerseys? Like, I just have to know that. Like, is it just like I don't want to go buy another jersey? This is why I'm just stuck with this one, or just like what is the deal?
Yeah, I'm assuming that's it.
It has to be.
I don't know if people have noticed, but Cano has been so bad this year. He's been released by 3 different teams, and he played like 10 games each and already had like negative .5 WAR. Like, probably the least valuable player in baseball all season.
He couldn't even land a deal with the Savannah Bananas.
Damn, bro.
Like, that's how bad he is.
Dude, yeah, Matt and I were kind of following that a little bit. I know we talked about that. There was one minor league team that he got sent down to, and he got sent down the day that they had like SpongeBob jerseys or something. So there's a pic of him in a SpongeBob jersey playing for a minor league team, which has just got to be pretty demoralizing for a guy like him.
I want that jersey. That would be a great thing to have. Although it probably wouldn't have Cano's name on it. Yeah, you'd have to custom order it.
No doubt.
I would wear it. I mean, SpongeBob's cool. It probably will always be cool.
All right, so there's 2 other beautiful moments that happened last night. There was a section of 4 or 3 dudes, and they all had Cal Raleigh on a T-shirt, and it said in big fonts on the T-shirt, "Big Dumper," like on it. They got on the scoreboard, and they were just flexing the shirts super hard, the Big Dumper shirts. Yeah. I ran into those guys outside, and they were so tanked, like beyond tanked. Yeah, like I've never seen such drunk adult men in my life. This woman was trying to like literally trying to navigate them, like just trying to like get them to the next like location, and they just kept wandering off, like hugging other fans and stuff. And I like gave this dude a hug. I was like, "I saw you on the scoreboard, man. I love these shirts." He goes, "Fuck yeah, score more." He just starts wandering off, hugging like another bunch of like random group of strangers, like a bunch of college kids. It was just super fucking funny to watch. And last thing I gotta say, Rick Riz was on the big jumbo screen, and everybody was screaming and applauding Rick Riz and Dave Sims, because they've really been like, you know, the voice, and they've been waiting for this moment just as long as we have.
I mean, Rick has been around since 2001, right? At least.
Oh, longer than that. 95.
Rick's been around since 1983.
What?
Yeah.
Damn.
He was Dave Niehaus. He was Niehause's sidekick.
Yeah, I knew that. I didn't know he was around since 83. That's incredible.
So seeing him just like everybody screaming and cheering for him was just awesome, because like, you know, he's the new Dave.
Did My Oh My come from Rick, or did that come from Dave?
Dave.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, and I do like how I think sometimes Rick will bring up the Ride Bread and Mustard a little too. He'll overuse it a little bit, like every time the bases are loaded, you know, maybe. But I do like that he continues some of the Niehausisms, and you know, like gives his nod to Dave every now and then. He really does. Like it's cool that he's like continued that legacy. Of course, he's not Dave Niehaus. It's really respectable how long he's stuck with the organization, and like I was kind of bummed that Aaron Goldsmith wasn't in the booth, but both him and Dave Sims's call of the Cal Raleigh home run, both of them give you chills. And like that's all you can ask for. Really stoked that both of those guys got to experience that, because they have put in their time.
For sure. Dave Sims, like another dude. I always thought he was goofy, but one of my favorite calls that Dave Sims ever did was when Kyle Lewis slams it out the park, and he goes like, "Y'all gonna make me lose my mind up in here."
Yes.
Kyle Lewis.
That was like, and wasn't that like maybe a week after DMX died?
It was, yeah. I think or a week before or something crazy like that.
Well, I think it was after, but yeah. Pretty
They must
sick.
have been after.
Dave's a big.
Yeah.
I love when Dave starts to talk about music and he kind of reveals his taste. But it's cool that he also, because usually he's like talking about like opera or like some like classic rock. But sick that he threw in some DMX lyrics.
He knows his music. He's a smart dude. The guy's got great taste. Also, greatest style too. Just
dude, yeah, the
sweater, tie, Kangol hat.
The Kangol hat looks so good on Dave.
For sure. Yeah,
dude, I love the little footage of him making the calls, and there's like something about the angle that like really accentuates his like slight cross-eyedness, and he just looks so cool. Yeah. Dude, Dylan Moore double, let's go, baby.
Moore scored the run, right, in the first inning.
He did.
Yeah. He led off with a hit yesterday too.
So that I mean he was kind of quiet the rest of the game, but that was amazing.
That was huge.
Like what a start.
2 games in a row now with a leadoff hit. Like it seems like they're kind of platooning, if you will, him and JP in the leadoff spot because JP for righties, Dylan for lefties. But when Julio comes back, I'll be curious, are they going to put him back in the leadoff spot or are we going to put him in more of a power spot? What do you guys think?
I mean, they've had him hit leadoff all year. I can't imagine they'll hit him anywhere else.
Same.
Yeah. Yeah,
the dude gets on base.
As long as they're not pulling Dylan Moore out for Toro, I'm happy. Because the other night when Dylan got on base, I don't even know how many times, but he was doing something for that game, and then Scott pulled him out and brought Toro in. I was just like, what the hell are you doing? Why?
Yeah, I don't know. It is kind of a rare game where Dylan Moore plays the whole game.
Yeah. But, I guess my whole thing is, why would you, if someone's gone on base and they're actually having a pretty good game, why would you take them out and then bring in Toro, who literally is not going to do shit? And if he does, it's a cold day in hell, literally. He's a great set down if you're reversing the Astros because he knows a lot of their secrets. So, in that way, he is sort of an asset. But most of the time,
yeah, I don't want to see Toro hit for the rest of the year, man. I say he's a good pinch runner. He's a fine defensive replacement for some of the slow guys late in the games. But other than that, if I don't see him hit this year again, I'd be happy.
Yeah, that Kendall Graveman deal. I mean, who knows? I mean, the Astros don't even have Kendall Graveman anymore. So,
right. He went to the failing White Sox organization when he could have come back and been a postseason Mariner. What a shame. Carlos Santana just got a base hit up the middle. The game's tied 1-1.
Santana.
Okay, so as we're on the topic of who we want to see in the playoffs because we're going to the motherfucking playoffs. So we don't want to see Toro, it sounds like. What about Winker? I'll just start. I do not want to see Jesse Winker in the starting lineup.
No.
If he's on the bench and Scott needs to bring him in to pinch hit at some point, okay. Against a righty or whatever. But I do not want to see that guy in the field.
I'd be fine having him in the clubhouse. Maybe occasional DH, but yeah, I mean, he's a good bench bat. Certainly above average bench bat, but I prefer not to see him starting.
Yeah, it's been at this point all season. He's not figured it out. It's baffling. I think he's still a Mariner next year, unless we decide to trade him away. But he probably doesn't have as much trade value as he once did, obviously.
Well, it's just insane. The Mariner curse. They suck for us. We get rid of them, and then they're in the postseason that year. So it probably will end up being something just like that, as the story goes. I'm
excited to see how he starts off next year. See if he turns it around. But
yeah, I'm willing to give him another chance next year. We already have signed the contract. Let him try again next year to figure it out. But this year, I really think we gotta look at who we have who has been performing.
But when it comes down to it, it's just Haniger needs to have him. He needs to take Jesse in on those ice baths and that new age stuff that he does. The Shaolin monks do that he does. He just needs to take him under his wing, have him do that.
Jesse's too much of an East Coaster, though.
I mean, dude, I love Jesse. He's such a likable dude, and you just want him to do so well. And he's there was that point in July where they were literally writing him off, and then he was just doing so well after all these articles started coming out about how he was just kind of an utter failure and just what the hell happened to him. And then somehow he found his groove. But then this remaining of the summer, he just collapsed.
I think a good related note is then, assuming we don't want Jesse starting in left, who are you guys thinking? I've heard some people say maybe a Haggerty-Kelnick platoon to play in left.
That's great with me. Yeah, I love that. Those are the two dudes I want, definitely.
Yeah.
Haggerty starting off and
Kelnick
coming in.
Haggerty-Kelnick, I think there's no question about it. And then, Dylan is that third kind of, moving part. Dylan over Toro as our utility guy.
Yes.
Played an excellent second yesterday.
Mm-hmm. He does he does amazing no matter where they put him. Dylan like has saved many games for us, I feel like, with his athleticism in the field.
Like, you know, gave him the nickname Demo because he always wants Mo, and he does better when he wants Mo.
He wants Mo. Give him some Mo. I still think his walk-up song should be "Give Me Some Mo" by Busta Rhymes.
As a shorty playing in the front yard of the crib, fell down and I bumped my head.
You know, Frazier, man, I really just. Why is there no tossed salad and scrambled eggs? Like, just do that one time. I'd love to see that just one time, one game that he walks up to that song.
Hey baby, I hear the blues are calling.
I think it would be hilarious. Make fun.
Scrambled eggs, quite stylish.
Haggerty's got The Godfather as his walk-up song.
It would be sick. It's just too perfect that he's in Seattle. It's too good of an opportunity to pass up. So I'm trying to figure out what the roster rules are for the postseason. I think what happens is that at the beginning of September, they expanded the rosters. Does anyone know?
Yeah, so September 1st, they went from 26 to 28, but you got to go back down to 26 for the postseason.
You do?
Yes.
That's fucking stupid.
I mean, the idea is you're trying to give, you know, like as the minor league seasons end, you can give like, you know, cups of coffee to minor leaguers, you know, give them more of a chance to first experience the show. But yeah, then the playoffs, you know, it's back down to normal.
Dang. Okay. So, I mean, does that mean we have two guys that we have two spots that we're going to be losing? So we have two guys that got to go. It's probably going to be bullpen guys though, right? Maybe?
Well, honestly, we have three that's got to go because someone's got to go when Julio comes back. On Monday, too.
So
I mean, that'll be Trammell, so it'll be Trammell plus two others, realistically.
I thought Trammell was already sent back down.
Oh, well, maybe. Oops.
Maybe they'll send Toro down so Scott won't even be tempted to put him out. I would be okay with that. Okay, so I think obviously we want to see Julio and Haniger in the outfield and either Kelenic or Haggerty. Gino's already back at third, which was a very pleasant surprise. I didn't know how long it was going to be before he was actually back at third. They were saying that he was mostly going to be DH because he fractured his finger, and that was only like 2 weeks ago, and he's back at third already. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, Haniger, I guarantee Haniger is like, here's some ayahuasca and some ivermectin, and this can work.
Ayahuasca and ivermectin, yes. Legendary. What do they call it? That's the hero dose right there.
Mm-hmm. It is.
So yeah, Eugenio's back and he's high as hell. We got JP at short, Frazier at second, France at first, France and Santana first and DH, and Kyle Raleigh. You guys, we have our dream lineup right now, like, save for maybe Kyle Lewis, but like there's no spot of those guys I just named as like our starters going into the playoffs. There's no spot that I feel nervous about.
I feel so confident.
Yeah, I wonder if they're going to platoon Frazier and more. Yeah,
I could see that.
Anyway, that might be. I'd like to see more in the lineup. You know, I think the speed and the power. He can bring a lot to the table.
Definitely. Oh wow, it's still the bottom of the first, and Sam Haggerty just got a base hit, which scored 2. We're up 3-1 in the bottom of the first. Damn, it's still the first. That's amazing.
Still the first?
Yeah, it's still the first, and now we're up 3-1.
Wow. Those hangovers, man, they really. I played hungover in Tacoma with you guys in March after Andrew and I saw Guided by Voices. Somehow I could still smack the ball over Ryan's head and run like hell.
Yeah, so hangovers are funny. Sometimes you actually feel kind of good for a while. A lot of times I'll wake up and I'll be like, yeah, I don't have a hangover, and I'll like go through my morning and feel pretty good and be like, okay, I'm gonna do this, and this today, and then I eat breakfast, and by the time I'm done eating breakfast, I'm like, I'm going back to bed. It sinks in later sometimes.
You make me think of Mickey Mantle because he used to like party hard and go play games like the next day.
Yeah, you're not the first person who's compared me to Mickey Mantle.
There was no Cal Raleigh like thing on that scoreboard. So I had to come up with my own thing, which was Raleigh time. Raleigh time.
Hey, man, it works.
And it caught on like wildfire.
Dude, oh, man, I should have had Matt give you the 2-out Raleigh sign because that, oh, my God. Will there ever be a more appropriate moment for that sign to be pulled out? I mean, we should probably, I don't know. I should probably make a 2-out Raleigh meme.
Oh no! And then I told you this great one. Before I forget, Gilbert's head on Dilbert's body.
You did tell me that, and I'm having a hard time picturing it and really making much sense of it, other than the fact that they rhyme. But
I feel like I do remember a Dilbert comic where he gets facial hair though.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Oh shit, that's actually something I wanted to acknowledge. Is the mustache, or not the mustache, but the facial hair that he has, the goatee. The first day he revealed it, it was like pretty skimpy, and we were kind of like, damn, he looks pretty gnarly. But then he had an amazing outing where we saw, Fierce Walter come out. And then he just let it keep going. Now, like, when I look at him, that was like a month ago maybe, and now when I look at him, I don't think of him as Logan the Rookie anymore. Like he is, I think he's intentionally accomplished achieving his next look for the next phase of his career, and I fucking love it.
He is definitely the Wolverine, that goatee.
Yeah, I love how gnarly he looks. He really, I mean, it's hard not to compare him to Randy Johnson.
Yeah, he just looks like the biggest hockey fan alive with that goatee. But like, he's a baseball player.
Yeah. He actually had a pretty good interview last night when they're like interviewing everyone while they were partying, and most interviews were kind of shitty, but Logan's was actually pretty good.
I don't know if you guys ever saw the interview. It was like YouTube Game of the Week or something, and like they're interviewing Gilbert, and like Ty France and Crawford were just throwing peanuts and gum at him while he was doing the interview.
Oh yeah.
And then like they're like, "Oh, Gilbert, you should take that umbrella that our assistant was right below you." He goes, "Well, what that's gonna do?" And then he just walked up behind him with 2 water bottles and started dumping water on him mid-interview. He took it like a champ, though.
Yeah, I love those clubhouse vibes, man. It's good shit.
It's just such a great chemistry of guys.
Yeah, goofing on each other. It's a good sign.
Like when we had Gene Segura, I thought that was like for sure going to be the year where we got like a wild card, because like the chemistry was there, but then like him and D Gordon just like could not get along to save their lives. But yeah, like it's just crazy how like we had Edwin Diaz as the closer, and like Nelson Cruz and Robinson Cano and Gene Segura. Like, you guys remember that? Like,
yeah, it is. It's kind of cool. It's kind of cool how the trait of being good in close games has been like, it's not just a this year thing. It was last year. It was when we had Diaz. It was like, it's been fun for a few years now, and to have it like pay off like this is pretty sweet.
So sweet. It finally happened. It's not a dream. It finally happened. I can die a happy man now.
Maybe we all need a victory nap.
I think we all need a victory nap. Couldn't have said it best.
Yeah, y'all deserve a nap. I hope you guys partied last night. I was a little bummed I didn't get to party with you guys. That's gonna be pretty tough this October. Matt and I did get to celebrate together on Discord. All right, you guys. Is there anything else we need to talk about? I think we have some good conversation here.
I highly recommend, just if you ever go to Taco Bell, get the Gordita Crunch with the Nacho Doritos Loco shell.
It had to be said.
Yeah.
It just needed to be said. I mean, that's literally the first
they really need to bring back the Cool Ranch shell though, because that was the real winner.
The flamin' hot one was the real winner. The Doritos one was chill. The ranch one, it was good, but the fiery shell was awesome.
All right, you guys. Until we get that Taco Bell sponsorship, I can't let us dedicate any more minutes of the pod to this. But
yeah, that was the first place I went to after I parted ways with Will. So I got back to my neighborhood, and I was just craving Taco Bell, and I was like, I got to get a Baja Blast because it goes with the Mariner colors. So.
Yes. Dude, I should go get a Baja Blast. That sounds like a perfect way to continue the party.
And how about this, Rob? What you should get is you get the Baja Blast Freeze, because it's a happier hour now, man. Only $1.
Ooh, that sounds really nice. Okay, I'm gonna go get me a Baja Blast Freeze. You guys, let's wrap it up. amazing feeling to experience what we experienced last night. But we got, 6 more games, I believe? Yeah. We got Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 2 games on Tuesday, and a game on Wednesday. So we got 6 games to go. We're only a game and a half behind Toronto. They have 5 games to play. So that actually means we have an opportunity to gain a game on them, gain a half game on them. So you guys, they're playing Boston and Baltimore, so not super tough opponents, unfortunately. But there's actually a pretty good chance that we could catch them and get that home wild card spot, which I hope you guys got tickets for, because there probably ain't any left at this point.
Did not see those. It's fine because last night was everything and more that I could have hoped for.
Absolutely. And then if the Mariners make it to the divisional series, I will be going to home game number 1. So I'm very excited for that. I think, over the next few days we get to breathe easy knowing that we are in the playoffs. But we also still get to keep rooting for our team to catch Toronto, because man, if playoff baseball happens and starts out in Seattle, that is going to be buck fucking wild. And
we will ride on the streets.
Pacific Northwest baseball fans deserve that. So let's keep rooting for our M's to finish super strong and let's kick some Canadian ass.
Freaking kick some Canadian ass.
Yeah. Fuck the Blue Jays.
Fuck the Blue Jays. Fuck Toronto. Fuck Canada.
Let's party!
Let's party! It's a party in the USA.
Maybe that'll be the closing music for today.
I hope so. All right, I'm gonna go walk down to the pier with my girlfriend and go enjoy our Saturday.
All right, peace out, you guys. Great pod.
Peace out.
Great game. Great season, but it ain't over yet. Go Mariners.
See us rise.
Go Mariners.
raised in a northern town. Me and the boys were jamming it up, playing rock and roll music when the sun goes down. Country music was a different world. Long before they found the beat and said goodbye to old Lester and Earl. Back when time was on our side, before Dwayne and Jamie died, up by the riverside where the eagles fly, on a gravel road we ride to the garden where the poets stare and play to the night and sing. Well, that's just rock and roll. Yeah, but those are country boys playing rock and roll on a country road. I never really knew the girls I applied. I never took the time to see behind the door where the secrets lie. She was all alone, it seemed. She never really had the chance to catch and hold on to a dream. Up the mountain road we ride, away from all our fears we hide, by a canyon creek where the water speaks. We dream into the night. As the time goes on, the dream is one, the song becomes the light. And she says, well, that's just rock and roll. I say, yeah, but those are country boys playing rock and I was raised in a northern town. Me and the boys were jamming it up, playing rock and roll music when the sun goes down. By the riverside where the eagles fly, on the gravel road to ride.